good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever yous are. It's me on the 90th day, around about 68th day. I'm not going to go over yesterday's again, I'll do that tomorrow. However, we chop and change between the two complicated ones. Short one today about transfer factors. The transfer factor is to transfer a copy of the virus so that your body's defense mechanism can read what's there and make the antibodies. It's particularly useful, or it's been overlooked, on the prevention and treatment of infectious diseases such as AIDS, cancer, candidiasis, cell-mediated immunity, flu, fungal herpes, HIV, immunodeficiency infections, leishmaniasis, mycobacterial, parasitic, tuberculosis, vaccines, varicella virus. Now, basically, it's a low molecule weight lymphocyte extract capable of transferring antigen-specific cell-mediated immunity, CMI, to the T lymphocytes. It's been used successfully as an adjuvant or primary therapy for viral, parasitic, fungal and some bacterial deficiencies, bacterial infections, as well as immunodeficiencies, neoplasia, allergies and autoimmune. And the list of infections that respond noticeably to transfer factor are those due to viruses of the herpes families are particularly good. Indeed, for these viruses it was shown that TF can prevent infection or relapse, acting as a cell-mediated immune vaccine, CMI. I probably pronounced that wrong. Data also suggests its possible use for adjuvant treatment and prevention of the currently widespread infections, tuberculosis and AIDS. Now, it's got an interesting potential in answering the challenge from an unknown pathogenic agent. There's a black box effect, permitting production of antigen-specific TF to a new pathogen, even before it's ID'd. Now, I ain't got a clue how that works, but I reckon it seems the preventative potential of transfer factor is as important as its therapeutic one. There's a whole list of long words here that I can't even have a go at pronouncing. Anyhow, the threat of an introduction now, the threat of infectious diseases hasn't vanished. On the contrary, in the last half century, new pathogens have been emerging or discovered since the identification of Legionella pneumophila as the case of Legionella's disease in '76. The list of newly identified pathogens lengthens to now include the Ebola. Now, there's already a cure for Ebola, and there has been since the 70s or 80s. I wonder where that cure went to. I think it's based on selenium, but I don't know the whole mix. It's pretty hard to find. The SARS virus, as well as HIV, SIV, FLV, HTLV1 and 2. The new herpes virus, HHV 6, 7 and 8. And the multiple recombination mutations of the flu virus. Oops, I nearly fell through the trolley park, into the trolley. And when you lean on a trolley park, don't lean on the coloured bits, that's only cardboard. Use the frame. Now, for instance, if smallpox virus had been declared eradicated, yes, it remains in hibernation in laboratory freezers. So it's not eradicated, it's stored. Now why would you want to store something like that? I don't know. They'll probably cry. But we might need it later. And that is the only source of smallpox if it's been eradicated. Same with any disease. If it's been eradicated, it hasn't. It's only took out the public eye. It's lying asleep in a freezer until a criminal or accidentally release. Then we're in trouble. Now, because microorganisms are continuously becoming more resistant to antibiotics and antivirals, the need for new defensive agents is urgent. The situation in developing countries is worse. For instance, HIV and tuberculosis, that's a fatal combination, mostly lethal. Now, the combination of these two is millions of deaths per annum. That is a lot of deaths. In the review of the transfer factor, we're looking for the prevention and treatment of infections. A transfer factor extract is obtained from immune lymphocytes. That's somebody that's got an immunity to disease, can't catch it, or they caught it and the body sorted it. Now, it's extract from immune lymphocytes capable of transferring antigen-specific information for cell-mediated immunity, CMI, from an immunized donor as a naive recipient. It's shown that the delayed type of hypersensitivity to a given antigen could be transferred from one person to another via cellular extracts obtained from the leukocytes of immunized donors. He assumed this adaptive transfer immunity was due to the molecules that he named transfer factors. He named it, that wasn't his name. And he surmised the molecular weight, MW, was less than 12,000 DA. I don't know what that stands for, but it's small. And he's filtered through a standard dialysis bag. Since that time, TF's been prepared by disrupting lymphocytes and dialysing the lysate. The dialysed material thus obtained is used for in vitro tests and in vivo clinical or animal studies. Now, I'm not a great fan of using animals as lab rats or whatever animal you want to give them a disease that we get and they don't, or test stuff on animals for us. If you want to test it on people, make sure you do the research and test it on people, not animals. Anyhow, it's a very short one today, 10 minutes yesterday, it was a bit long. Let's skim through this here. Yeah, I did better partial progress with amino acid sequence identification, but it's unconfirmed. And no reports, or no more reports, have been published in this particular area. So basically, what has been put out in the 60s and 70s is now, unless you know what to ask for, you ain't going to find it. Now, TF has been used over the past 35 years, sometimes with dramatic success, for the treatment of viral, fungal, mycobacterial infections and some cancers, as well as prevention of certain viral infections. I've never heard of this until I started reading this stuff up. That's about it for today. Yep, that's it. And the sun is coming out. Not there. Might not be here. It is. Oh, we're at a different way. Oh look, there's a red light. It says sail. Yeah, the sun's coming out. I can feel it. It's going to be about 26 to 28. hopefully a slight shower about midday. Anyway, that's enough on transfer factors. Whatever information is there is hidden, and what information there was on cures of previously of the so-called uncurable disease, I wonder where it's all gone. Well, I don't want to be too cynical, but if you've got a cure for something, I ain't gonna make no money, then knowledge of the cure dies out, which is fair enough. Paperwork's still there. A new outbreak of disease, and guess what? The research people step in, rubbing their hands in glee. Oh look, we've got a 5 or a 10-year study here. So it'll take 5 or 10 years to do it, as they do. But we'll see, times are changing, and I believe they're changing for the better. Anyway, have a great day, and don't work too hard, it's Friday. Bye.